The United Kingdom founded in 927 AD, later joined by the Kingdom of Wales in 1536. It's a great land which possesses hundreds of years of folklore, bloody battles, and an empire that boasts incredibly diverse history built on legends and accomplishments that also comes with interesting tales. Today we are going to explore 5 British urban legends and myths. Number 5. The Ghost of Dame Elizabeth Hobby. A ghost story or urban legend from southern Britain describes a situation that in life was a product of tragedy and abuse that no one should ever have to experience. The residual, or some even say intelligent energy, of Dame Elizabeth Hobby is said to reside in Bisham Abbey, her former home in life. She claimed residence in the 16th century and often manifests and makes her presence known. The apparition normally presents itself on film with dark skin and white clothing as if the image were of a negative. There are rumours that the late dame had physically abused her son, often hitting him and verbally abusing him. It's theorised that her son may have actually had a brain disease, progressively worsening as a result of ill treatment. Some say she didn't like how he portrayed himself to be dim-witted and lazy, or not very bright and acted out in frustration. The frequent beatings unfortunately proved fatal, killed at the hands of his own mother. Is it possible her soul is trapped wandering the halls while suffering merciless guilt? Number 4. Pingas Castle, Cornwall. Pingas Castle, located in Pra Sands, is believed to be one of the most, if not the most, haunted locations in Cornwall. The Pingas family have held the castle for countless generations going back to the 12th century. The family was largely affected by plague in the 15th century, but by a stroke of luck, a heiress of the family survived and became a part of a dynastic union in marriage, which led to the construction of the Tudors Towers, still a part of the castle today. The site itself holds evidence that takes the location back 5,000 years to the Bronze Age. Over the several centuries of history the castle and the ground possess, it's had its fair share of energy come and go, having at least 20 known present ghosts. Several guests in the castle have reported waking up to an apparition of a female looking out of the bedroom window and then proceeds to lay down holding her stomach in severe pain, potentially poisoned. Another tale of a 13-year-old girl wandering the battlements in spirit. Her legend tells of her being pushed over the wall by a large gust of wind. It's said that she tries to push over those who she doesn't like. Others have reported witnessing a man swaying back and forth in the corner of different rooms, a ghostly cat and dog chasing each other through the halls of the castle, electric devices either not working correctly or having fresh batteries dying. Would you spend a night in the castle alone? Number 3. Hampton Court Palace. Work to construct Hampton Court Palace began in 1515 for King Henry VIII's favourite cardinal, Thomas Wolsey. Thomas wound up falling off of the King's Christmas card list, resulting in the King taking up residence and expanding the palace until his work stopped in 1694. Giving the palace a noticeable difference of architecture in several different parts of the building. The day Queen Mary passed away, King Henry VIII, with a broken heart, quit renovating. King Henry later passed away after taking a fall from a horse in the Palace Court Park in 1702. The passing of monarchy led to a handful of other royal descendants and relations taking the throne, leaving very rich and substantial residual and potentially intelligent energy reverberating through the palace foundations. There are many reports of paranormal events and encounters within the palace walls. One of the most famous which went viral was named Skeletor. Back in 2003 during winter, security staff alerted by fire escape doors being opened, and were totally shocked and baffled by what they seen when they reviewed the CCTV. 3 nights in a row the doors were messed with, but it wasn't until the second night until a robed skeletal figure was seen in the doorway. Number 2. King Arthur and the Sword in the Stone. The story of King Arthur has been depicted by Disney as an animated movie and is a nostalgic trip back to the childhood of many. King Arthur's parents, King Ulfr and Queen Guinevere, lived a lavish life ruling, but soon after the birth at a party thrown in celebration, a magician called Merlin spoke with the king in private, predicting tragedy soon to come, and that Arthur is in grave danger. Merlin suggested taking the baby Arthur away to safety, to which the king politely declined. Shortly, just as Merlin predicted, the queen passed away and the king died in battle, and Merlin swiftly removed Arthur from the castle. Arthur as a baby was placed in the care of Sir Ector, who already had a son, Kay. Merlin was hired by Ector to teach his children of the world. By the time Kay was 16, he became a knight and received the title Sir Kay. Merlin became his squire, keeping and maintaining his armour and weapons. While Kay was big and brawny, Arthur was small and scrawny. However, his heart was big and vibrant. Merlin, however, could see far more potential in Arthur than being set as a squire. Merlin stood up mid-lesson telling Arthur, "I must leave." He proceeded to the town square of London and lifted his wand toward the sky. The next morning, the sunlight of dawn splashed across a block of white marble with a golden sword sticking out of the top. Engraved in the top of the sword, "Whoever pulls this sword is the true King of England." Many tried and failed. Sir Kay entered into a tournament. Upon getting ready, he requested Arthur bring his sword. No matter where he looked, he could not find it. In panic, he rushed to the white marble block and pulled out the sword with ease. This, of course, made a crowd gather around, and one by one the townspeople of London bowed down chanting, "Hail King Arthur, the true King of England." Number 1. The Black Shuck. One of the most common legends that floats around Britain is the myth of a ghostly black dog that roams around desolate places and graveyards, also reported to have been seen in spooky forests. This legend goes back as far as Britain's medieval days. It's described as a calf-sized, nefarious-looking dog with big red evil-looking eyes, and is said to be accompanied by doom and misfortune. The dog-like creature is said to manifest during electrical storms. One such storm struck around 2 churches, one in Bungay and the other in Blythburgh. The church doors are said to have burned claw marks on their outside. This dog instills utmost fear and dread in those that it's near. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more paranormal and mysterious content from all around the world.